I am Dr. Ajay Singh, and today I am going to deliver topic training and development and training and conducting sales training program. Under this topic is under sales and retail management KMB MK01 subject, and it is under unit 2. So, what is sales training and what are the objective of training? Before speaking, before telling you about training, sales training, I would like to tell what is training, why there is a need of training, why training is required for any kind of people, not only for sales. The training is to just enhance their knowledge, enhance their technical knowledge, enhance their experience and knowledge. Similarly, the sales training is to improve the performance, to increase the performance. So, the objective of sales training is to improve the performance of sales people and to lead to a better performance. Basically, what you will find that people, sales people, they are sometimes demotivated or sometimes are unable to perform because of the market, because of the customers requirement. So, the training is basically to increase their motivation level and increase their performance level, so that they would be able to deliver the products to their customers, and naturally they will be increasing their performance. Now, what are the different challenges? The first challenge is, will the training program be effective in solving problem? What are the concern? You have to look the concern of the sales people. The problem may not be only because of market, because of customer. The problem may also be some psychological problem, some behavioral problem. So, the training is required in every aspect, whether it is in a psychological aspect or whether is it in technical aspect or whether in whether in sales aspect. Every aspect is required, because as a human being you are always you are always guided by some thoughts, and that thought is in your mind. So, that develops your psychology. So, that is important. Will the investment in it be justified? Now, many of the organizations, they spend too much of amount in training. So, is it justifiable, or you should simply hire the experienced people and you do not give the training and simply hire the experienced people and get it delivered by them and that get the product sold by them. So, is it possible every time hiring and firing and taking an experienced people? Will it produce the desired or intended results? Will training going to improve the performance, or will training going to give the desired result as you have estimated, as you have tasked? So, this is all the question which comes into the mind before starting a training, before starting, because before investing in a training program. So, that is very important to understand. How to increase the performance is very difficult task. It is not an easy task, because monetary, everyone wants to earn money, but rather it is not possible for everyone to sell the product just to gain money, because you need some tactics, you need some skill sets. You just cannot sell a product without having without you are smart enough to understand your customers, without you are smart enough to understand a product, without you are smart understand to market. So, these are tactics, these are techniques must be there for a sales people. So, this lecture is about what are the different training methods and how you are going to implement those training methods, and how you are going to evaluate those training methods, and whether they are very efficient or not, and whether they are working in an organization or not. Now, the concepts and principles of sales training. The first concept is, training is based on the process of learning a sequence of program behavior, right. So, you train people, right, like example, we give a sales training, then we sell then we train our salesperson. Just first there are different stages, prospecting is the first stage, how you are going to prospect, how you are going to deal with your customers, right, or how you are going to understand your customers. Then how next is your persuading skill, how you are going to persuade them, how you are going to motivate them to purchase that product. Finally, you are going to close the deal. So, that involves both psychological trait also and product features also, and your influencer behavior also, your product knowledge also, all those things will be able to persuade, motivate the customers, right. So, all the principles, all the concepts involved, how you can create attention, gather the attention of the customers, how you can generate the interest in the customers, how you can generate the desire in the customers to to purchase that particular product, right. How you can increase the level of satisfaction between the customers. So, it is appreciation of knowledge to the work environment, how you are going to work in an environment, and how you are going to deliver your knowledge, and how you are going to deliver your skill sets to the customer. It helps in smooth conduct of desired activity in the context of sales organization. It is a process of making people aware about the desired way of functions in an organization, how the organization functions, because also as a sales training is provided, that you should be able to you should be also trained with to how to generate an order, how to generate a bill if required, how to how to manage the stocks if required. So, basically it is a integrated effort. It is not like only if you want to sell a product, then you should have knowledge about other functions, other department also. So, you should be able to know that how much time your stock will be available, how much time your billing will be generated, how much time your product will be delivered. So, you are also responsible for the packaging and distribution of the product. You are also responsible for the not only for the profitability or sales, but also responsible for distribution system, right. So, you should be properly trained, improve performance in current job, and prepare for intended job responsibilities in future. That are that was I was saying, that you should be ready, that you so today you are in sales, tomorrow you may be into distribution, into a network, you may be dealing with the dealers, today you may be dealing with a customer to customer or a retail sales, tomorrow you may be dealing with the corporate sales or industrial products or industrial sales, right. So, you should be able to be ready and be prepared, that your responsibilities are going to increase in the future, and you have to deal with different set of people, different set of customers, right. To help employee in personal growth and prevent human obsolescence means you have to be individually grow yourself. Apart from organizational growth, you have to look after your individual growth also, and you should look into the matter that you do not get obsolete in terms of that you should be updated with the technology, with the recent changes. What are the how skilled peoples are, what are the different technological tools they are using to influence the customers. So, you should be very updated with the latest tools and techniques, with the latest with the latest people, latest competitors who are adopting the practices. To help to develop a correct response reinforcement. Reinforcement is basically pushing your customer to purchase. That is only possible when you have internal drive that maintains this process is motivation. When you are internally motivated, when you are self convinced, then only you can reinforce the customers. Maybe you can cite up some examples, your experiences, to reinforce the customer. You can cite an example of other customers, you can cite an example of other people who already use the existing product. So, you should be able to reinforce the customers, so that they can purchase it. Now, the role of trainer, training process and level of analysis, that is important. The success of training program depends on the ability, skill and motivation of sales trainer, right. So, the training process depends upon the trainers who is training the program, how much motivated he is, and what are the structured way of training he is conducting, and how smoothly he is conducting the session, and how he is evaluating the training program, because evaluation is must at the end of the program. So, the training process consists of training need assessment, right. So, what is the need? What is the need of the people? The need of the people is to the product demonstration or product knowledge. When there is any new product launch, then there is a then there is a need for new product demonstration, new product training, and training about the features of the product, the training about how it is going to be used, how the customer, what are the queries which the customers will be asking, and how you will be demonstrating. So, especially in the case of technical products, right. So, you have to understand the components of the product. So, whether there is a need to understand the technical part or also the functional part, how the functions, how it functions, because as a sales manager you are not only responsible functional part, but also technical understanding of that product is required, especially if you are in software industry, if you are selling some softwares, if you are selling some IT related products or IT enabled services, then your need about technical you should have both technical also and both product knowledge, technical knowledge and demonstration knowledge, all those requirements required. The training need assessment is there or not, is there a product based or your behavior or your personality based, how you can convince your customers, how you can respond with the customer, how you can understand the psychology of the customer. Most of the people are experienced, they can understand the psychology, still there are different tools and techniques to understand the psychology of customer, right. Design and conduct of training program. As a trainer you have to understand, first of all you will interact with the sales people, what are the challenges they are facing, and then you will design a training program as per the requirement. That would only be feasible because it requires a time and cost. People will be investing time and cost on training. So, evaluation of training program, after all the sessions, after the training is done, you should be able to evaluate the training program, right, in a structured way. You should have a feedback mechanism, or you should have some assignments or maybe a mock exercises, mock practice sessions, which will be helpful in evaluating whether what is the outcome of the training. So, that outcome is very important. Once you have taught them, you should get the outcome of the training, because it is the only outcome which matters. Next is level of analysis. Now, the level of analysis can be organization level analysis, it could be task level analysis, and it could be individual level analysis, right. So, you have to understand where there is an organizational difficulty, where there is cross functional difficulty, is the difficulty in synchronization with the department, or is there some policy changes are required, or some model change in sales implementation, sales strategy plan is required, then that is organization level understanding is required. In that case, you have to understand the organization, and you have to understand the sales people, and then you have to train according to that. Task level analysis is individual task. Individual task may be a sales task only, for example, because we are dealing with sales subjects. So, I am giving example of sales. Sales task could be that what are the difficulties you are facing as a salesperson, whether you are having whether next is individual level analysis. Individual level analysis is what, as an individual, what difficulties you are facing, what are you looking for, and what are your challenges, what your expectation from a organization, and what are the difficulties you are facing at an individual level. So, it depends. If you at individual level, then counseling method can be appropriate. People can counsel you, people can train, individually demonstrate you, and you can be individually motivated by different incentive models, or very different non-incentive acknowledgements or appraisals, or recognition system awards, right. If there is task, some difficulty in the task, in execution of the task, then you should be trained on that particular area where it is required. Now, the training need is the very first, why it is needed is identification of specific problem. If some specific problem comes, right, if the change in technology occurs, right, if some situation occurs, then how you are going to react with certain situation, right. Second is anticipating impending and future problem. What would be the future? What could be the future situation? What could be the market? What could be the what could be your forecasted sales? So, according to that, how you are going to or what could be your product future? For example, how things have changed. Earlier, it was if you talk about how digitization has done. how earlier products were there. अगर cameras की हम बात करें तो earlier what kind of cameras we were having, and today what kind of cameras we are having, how we have moved from from old tradition to now digitalized system. So, you should be able to understand what will be the future products, nowadays integrated products are coming which have different features. You can take an example of mobile. So, earlier mobile was only used to talk, now it is used for different functions, such as that functions are basically what it can be used as camera, it can be used as it can be used as for phone talking, it can be used for internet technology purpose, it can be used for social networking, various factors, various reasons it has been used. So, the same product in future will change, the product technology will change. So, you should be accordingly you should be updated. We can take an example of Windows, how Windows 98 worked and now how this Windows 10 is working, right. So, how the things have changed from disk operating system to Windows 10, how much change has occurred in this IT enabled services. Management request is sometimes management consider it that yes, there is a need of the people, because competitors they are they are moving ahead in terms of technology, they are moving ahead in terms of their sales skills. So, it becomes mandatory for them to conduct training sessions. Many of the organization, even the corporates, they are getting trained from the consultant, from the outside agencies, they are outsourcing, continuously training peoples from freelancer trainings, free or some consulting division, they are giving trainings to the peoples. Interviewing and observing the personals on the job. On the job training is another important, because you straight away give the product and you try to give him the training, how you are going to demonstrate the product. On the job training is the learning, how you are going to learn during your job, right. So, basically it is very fast way to learn things. Rather than theoretically or a classroom teaching or simulation teaching, your on the job training is very effective. Next is performance appraisal. Now, why performance appraisal is, everybody is looking for appraisal, everybody is looking for career growth, everybody is looking for better future prospects in the company. So, it becomes important to be updated, it becomes important to be leader in your area. Questionnaire survey, you have to ask the questions, you have to questionnaire survey is a very very widely used technique, worldwide used technique, where you ask the questions to your salespeople or to your customers, and you try to understand, you try to identify the attributes, what are the important attributes which must be there as a salesperson, what are the things which as a customer you are looking in our salespeople, right. Checklist is do's, what are the do's and don'ts for your organization, what are the things which you should have in a what are the knowledge skill sets you have. The checklist can be on the basis of knowledge, it could be on the basis of product, it could be on the basis of organizational structure, it could be on the basis of market structure. So, checklist depends on different factors. Attitude survey is behavior, consumer response, you are trying to understand the types of consumers, and according to that you need some psychological training to your sales people, because you have to respond to your customers behavior or attitude, that is very complex. Interpersonal skills, the building relationship, developing with the people, how you network with the people, how you communicate with the people. So, this is how you develop a network, what are the different ways to develop network, what are nowadays in this technological era where networking has become easy, you are connected through internet, you are connected through emails, you are connected through different social sites, professional sites such as LinkedIn. So, you can develop your skill sets, you should be smart enough to use these technological tools, these social networking tools to make your internal personal skills, otherwise you will train. Nowadays companies, they are training those old sales people, they are not very updated with these recent digital tools. So, that is where training is required. Now, next is design and conduct phase. The very first is location. Location is important because it depends upon the region, it depends upon the kind of customer, and from customer to customer, from location to location, from geography to geography, from country to country, people vary, especially when you are in an international sales, you are dealing with the people across the globe. the cultural difference is there, the cultural difference between US and UK citizens, the cultural difference between US and Asia, and US and China, China and Hong Kong. So, basically international global level you have different cultures, different people, different way of thinking. So, you have to train people according to that, because the product may be similar, because nowadays with these emergence of this LPG liberalization, privatization and globalization, and with the impact of this international trade agreement and all those, now things are global. So, you have to be, you have to train people according to the location, according to the region, according to the, within a country. If you talk about India itself, you have north region, you have south region, you have east region, you have west region. People in the south region have different choice and preferences, people in the north region have different choice and preferences. So, that is how identify on the basis of location what kind of how you are going to communicate, how you are going to greet. Even greeting is very important part, even when you first meet with the customer and how you greet, it depends, right. Handshake is very common in US and other countries where it is not very popular in some of the Middle East or some of the countries which is basically shy, they do not promote so much of cultural differences is there. So, job instruction training is during the job. When you give instruction, for example, when some product sale is going on, or when you are demonstrating some product, during that you give the instruction how to carry out, how to deal with the customer, how customer comes in your store, how customer you interacted with the customer, and you observe it very closely. You observe that particular person or set of people, and you give the feedback to the people that what are the mistakes you have done, and how you should have conducted, how you should have convinced your customers. Next is presentation options. Presentation option is how effectively you can be able to give your demonstration about products or services. So, that is a skill, how effective you can make it, how eye catching, how you can generate interest and gather attention of the customers. So, this is how you are going to design. These are different tips and techniques and tactics which are being used by different sales people. So, that should be demonstrated, that should be trained, people should be very aware about these tips and techniques. Now, types of training. First is cross functional training. Now, as I already told you, cross functional training is you should be very you should have understanding of different departments. You should understand how an operation department works. You should understand as a salesperson how marketing department works. As a salesperson, you should understand how finance department works. As a salesperson, you should understand how this inventory or a stock department works, right. So, because you are going to be a front end for your organization. So, who are going to meet with the customer. So, you should be trained with all those areas. At least you should have understanding about accounts, you should be understanding about the billing procedure, you should be knowing your stocks, you should be knowing how your stock department functions, right, because then only you can promise your customers that at what time you are going to deliver your product. So, cross functional training within the department. Salesperson is, whenever they are induced, whenever they come to the organization, they are given cross functional training. They are sent to different departments, at least for a one week in different departments, where they understand the processes of the different department, how they work, so that they can understand those processes, and accordingly they have in the picture in their mind how the organization works, and then they are going to deliver. Whenever they meet the customer, they can understand the need and requirements and deliver the product according to the needs and according to your efficiency or productivity of an organization, because they know their organization also, and they know the customer also. They are the interface between the different departments. So, that is how cross functioning training is important for any sales people. Now, team training is as a team. As a team, you are going to give a training for a complete team, because if some higher authority, for example, vice president sales is there. Now, he has in his under 5 sales manager, right. 5 sales manager has 20 sales people under him. So, every time he is giving a team training, means a one salesperson with his 20 sales people, and he is training him. He is training in the batches. He is training in the training is given into the batches, or training is given according to the according to the team, which team is performing better, which team is performing better, and they have to identify which is why they are doing good, why others are not doing good, and what are the areas of improvement, what are the scopes of improvement, how their performance can be improved, what are the differences in their team, how sometimes the differences could be the leadership difference, sometimes the differences could be some facility or infrastructure differences. So, as a team trainer, when you are dealing with a team, you will understand better as a team what are the challenges they are facing. Accordingly, you can deliver them, so that they can be more productive, they can work as a team, and they could be more cohesive, they together can be working for mutual objective, or for mutually working for an objective of an organization. Next is creative thinking. Creative thinking is how differently you think, what are the how innovative way of thinking, how smartly you can sell the product to your customers, how differently you are thinking, right. And this a lot of deliberations, a lot of brainstorming, a lot of discussions, a lot of psychological techniques are used to create to develop this thinking approach. Next is literacy training. Now, the literacy training is basically when you make them aware about the product, about the features of the product, about the about the awareness about some specific set of customers, about the product, or about the people. So, where you train them, that is literacy training. Next is training methods. You have deductive methods. Now, deductive method is you have different types of method. For example, the first is structure the lecture, second is reinforce the message, third is aid concentration, fourth is material used for the lecture, fifth is make it memorable for participant, deliver with dynamism, and use questions, right. So, deductive method is basically whatever you have delivered, how you are going as a salesperson, what are the takeaways, on and how you are going to imply to your customers for your organization, right. So, this is a kind of technique which will help you to convince your customers. Next is visual support. Visual support is audio and video, visuals, presentation skills, because when you are demonstrating your product, many of the product, if you do presentation, if you give both audio and video effects, people will be very happy, and people will be better, customers will be, people means customers will be better understanding the products. Now, participative is you should be as a customer, you should involve the customer to use your product, to be the part of your product, or many of the time you will see that in software products a trial period of 15 days is given, or when you go to purchase any automobile or car, a test drive is given, where you that approach is basically participative approach, where customer becomes the part of the team and they produce. Next is conferences. Conferences is another way where you deliver a talk, where your theoretical discussion is done, right. So, there are different training methods and evaluation phase. First is on seminars. Seminars are conducted on regular basis, discussions are done. Role play, where you have to demonstrate, where you have to play a role of sales manager or simulation, similar cases done. Next is case study. You have to understand the product, you have to understand the situation, you have to understand the market, you have to understand the particular company. Big Bazaar is a specific company which is selling the product, Spencer is another company which is selling the product. There are different cases. Fishbowl is basically a ball in which internal people they take brainstorming session and external people observe, right. So, few people 5-6 people are there doing discussion and 20-25 people are observing. Workshop mode is training mode, in which you are delivering lectures and simultaneously people are doing. Sensitivity, you have to be very sensitive towards your customer, you have to understand you should have empathy towards the customer. Transaction analysis, your thought process, how you are thinking. In-tray is what are the checklist you are having. So, these are different stages, these are different phases in which you are training your customers, and you are training a salesperson to persuade your customers, right. So, deciding a sales program depends on 5 key decisions: the training objectives, the content of training program, the method of training, the arrangement of executive of training program, and deciding the procedures to evaluate the training method, right. So, these are basically 5 key decisions which any sales training program should adopt, right. And before I conclude, I would like to say that yes, training objectives should be met and content should be properly designed, training should be properly planned, method should be planned, arrangement should be made and proper evaluation, so that outcome should be achieved. That is all from my side. Thank you very much for attending today's lecture. Thank you.